Hey, welcome to English with a Twist, Wednesdays with English with a Twist. Are we on? We're live. This is Shanti Kumaraswamy Street of English with a Twist. I'm just checking whether we are live. I have to see whether people start coming in, start viewing me before we start this lesson, which is lesson 25. Let me see. Yes, great. I can see one person coming on live. Welcome. Let me know where you're from. Hi everyone. I hope you start coming in as you're informed by Facebook that this lesson is starting. So welcome Wednesdays with English with a Twist, otherwise known as EWAT. So hi guys. Hi Dan. Hi Rosie. I can see people coming in and I can see also little heart signs coming through, so thanks so much. It's a beautiful day here in London. It is exactly 15:01, which is military time, so 3 p.m. to make it easier. So anyway, I can see, yes, Rosie from Milan, thank you for joining. So guys, let me know where you're from, if my regulars are here. Joy, I can see you're here. Superb. You know what, it always makes me feel so much better when people are joining in. Now let me make sure that I've got my Facebook page open so I can see. Angelka, I hope I've pronounced your name correctly. Hello from the Philippines. Wonderful. I'm going to have a look here so I can see the screen on my computer whilst we're talking. Dan is Austin. What time is it in Austin, Dan? I always forget the time difference. So let me know. Right, how's everyone doing today? Now today is Wesak Day, spelled W-E-S-A-K. And I don't know if any of you know that. Hi Joseph, hi Gabriela. Hi Angeliki, I can see that you've joined. Federica. Oh, you're from Italy, but you live in London. Wonderful. And welcome, my fellow Londoner. So today, as I was saying, is Wesak Day. And I don't know whether any of you know about Wesak Day. I only found out today, actually, much to my, well, embarrassment, really, because it is, apparently, it's also known as Buddha's birthday. So this is celebrating Buddha. So for all the Buddhists out there, my fellow EWATERS who are Buddhists, happy Wesak Day. I only found out about this because in Malaysia, where my father and brother live, they told me it was a public holiday in Malaysia. I'm beginning to wonder how many public holidays Malaysia has. I'm not too sure how often they work, actually. In fact, I did drop a line to my father and say, Dad, how often do you guys work? You know, because you're always having public holidays. But it is Buddha's birthday, so they are celebrating his birthday and apparently different processions. So depending on where you live, do you celebrate Buddha's birthday? So that would be, I suppose, Cambodia, Thailand, parts of Sri Lanka, Indonesia, because there's a big Buddhist community, Malaysia. Let me know if you do. I don't know whether the Japanese, because there's Zen Buddhism, which is slightly different. So just wanted to check. Yes, Vaughan. Hi, Vaughan. I'm so glad you made it to today's class. Yeah, so it's bank holiday. Yes, indeed. So bank holiday. We call it a bank holiday. Yeah, Vietnam. Thanks, Dan, for telling me Vietnam also would celebrate it. Bank holiday, in British English, we call it a bank holiday when it's a public holiday because that's the days when the banks are closed. So there you go. So it's a bank holiday, public holiday. Now, before we go further, I just wanted to think about, now, when we think about Buddha, Buddha was a philosopher. And in fact, it's not really a religion, Buddhism. It's more of a philosophy of life. And many people take a lot of comfort from following Buddha's teachings. And there are lots of quotes that you get. And you know, spiritual words and philosophical words he shared. In fact, my father shared on our family WhatsApp group, and he shared with us about 20 quotes today. And I looked at them and I thought, great, thanks, Dad, because I'm going to share a couple of quotes that I found very meaningful, which we can apply in our lives and in our professional lives. So first of all, I would like to share the first quote I thought, oh, I found it fascinating, interesting, and it was good for me is the first one, which you probably not so good for a class, but hey, silence is better than nonsense. I like that because silence is better than nonsense. Don't you love it? And you know, think about it. When could we use that? Silence is better than nonsense. If you think about it in business English, in the business world, when you're giving a presentation, when you're talking, when you're in a meeting, and if you're in a job interview and you suddenly start talking and you think, I'm talking an awful lot of nonsense. Perhaps I should be quiet for a minute, give myself a moment of silence, think about what I'm about to say, and then say it. So instead of just keep talking and talking a lot of nonsense, silence is better than nonsense. So I thought, yes, that resonates with me. I thought that would be great. I don't know what you think. So silence is better than nonsense. The second quote I picked up was, and I like this one, and it's so pertinent to all of us who, you know, as we go along in life, life changes. We like things to stay the same, but it doesn't, and we all hate change. We all resist change. But here's the thing, and this is according to Buddha, I hope. He said, don't be afraid to change. You may lose something good, but you may gain something better. I love that, don't you? So don't be afraid to change. You may lose something good, but you may gain something better. I love that. It's true. We resist because you think, oh, it's really good. But what if you just drop that and try something different, change? It could be better. That'd be great. The first quote I said was, silence is better than nonsense. Yeah, so nonsense, 2 words going into one. Great. So I thought those 2 quotes, you know, captivated my imagination, and I thought very apt for us professionals, people, you know, we're all working in the business world, we're all looking to find our way and, you know, develop our careers. So before yes, exactly, Hala, sorry, I'm just stopping and talking to people as we go along. Indeed. Now, so just to remind all of you and why you're here, and I do hope by now you do know why you're here, English with a Twist, you're part of my English with a Twist community of professionals. You're here to improve, to get better with your business skills and your business skills with English. Whether you're giving a presentation, whether you're going to be involved in a job interview, whether you're involved in meetings and you want to get your message across more clearly and you want to sound good, you want to sound equal to your English speaking colleagues and clients. So that's what it is. And this is where you are going to be. This is where you learn how to become much more confident, much better at communicating in English in business. And just a very quick little announcement I wanted to share with you is that I am making some changes to my homepage, to my website. I'm rebranding slightly and it's going to be lots of exciting things. So at the moment I've been working really hard in making my message much more clear for you, for other professionals looking to improve and to feel as an equal to English speaking colleagues when they're in business. So please watch this space. And if you don't see me for a while on social media, on Facebook, that's because I'm working very hard behind the scenes, but I'll keep you posted as I go along. So that's it. Now, if you haven't then, of course, joined the community, then you've got to do that. And you know how you got to do that, right? You need to sign up to the English with a Twist community, joining my community through signing up for my free e-guide and then also joining to get your weekly lessons that I deliver, my blog weekly lessons, which are blogs and audios coming into your inbox every Friday, plus this lesson and of course then other tips and advice that I share with you along the way. Okay, so that's it. Those are my announcements. I'll repeat that second last announcement then. Hala, equal to them. Exactly. This is what we're going to do. We want I want you to feel that you are equal to your English speaking colleagues, clients and partners, and that's what I'm looking to work with you to do. So there we go. So today is lesson 25, wonderful, of Wednesdays with EWAT, and we are talking spelling, English spelling. Who is very good at spelling? Who was very good at spelling at school? In your language, not necessarily in English. Are you a good speller? Did you always get, 100% on your spelling marks? I'm just being interrupted. Do you have a channel on Telegram? Oh, do I have a channel on Telegram? I'm not too sure what you mean. You're going to have to tell me what you mean there. Julia, is that Julia? Is that how I pronounce it, Julia? Yeah, you were good at spelling? Excellent, wonderful. Not you, Hala, no. All right, okay, so spelling. So today's class is all going to be about spelling. Now, why? Why is that so important? I said to you in the past that, you don't have to be perfect in your grammar to succeed in business, to be a good business communicator. But when it comes to business writing, and particularly if you're going to be writing to colleagues, to clients, to superiors, and you want to make a good impression, then you need to just double check that spelling. Often, I don't know about you, you'll be writing an email and it's a very quick email, and then you press that send button and off it goes, and you didn't actually do a spell check. Now the thing though, many people will use spell check, or maybe they don't, but sometimes spell check is not as accurate as I'd like it to be. Also, there's a difference between spelling in British English and spelling in American English. So you need to be consistent. It doesn't matter which one you choose, whether it's American spelling or British spelling, but once you've chosen it, stay consistent, because that is the way then you do it. So one of the good ways to do it is to make sure that your laptop or your PC is adjusted to whatever spelling you want, but just be aware that it is going to change it. So now spelling is important because it gives you makes a good impression of you, shows that you're in command of the English language, and that you know the differences in spelling. And why do I say this? Okay, you're saying, yeah, but Shanti, honestly, really? I mean, I've seen some people who have bad spelling, and here's the thing. Native speakers of English, particularly the British, are terrible spellers. I have seen some shockers in my business life, in my professional life, before and also now as a teacher. I have seen some terrible spelling mistakes. Now, I'm not saying that excuses you and lets you off not making sure your spelling is right, but you need to be good at your spelling. And often even native speakers, we'll be typing and we're writing, and then we suddenly think, was that 1 R, 2 R's, 2 S's? I'm not too sure. So you need to just double check. In fact, just now I was messaging one of my fellow teachers, and I asked him a very quick question before this class. Could you tell me what 2 words cause you the most confusion when you're writing and typing? And he gave me 2 words, and I'm going to share them with you. And I thought, yeah, I can imagine. So that could really confuse people. And then you have to just pause and think, what do I do? So now, but the other thing is I wanted to say was, often I found that my learners, my English language learners, professionals like you, have actually ended up being better spellers than native speakers of English. So hey, and I'm not surprised, because a lot of you have learned to spell. You've learned the language, whereas native speakers, they learn it, and at school maybe, but then they forget, and they don't know how to spell. So there you go. Now, I had a question just before I continue. Someone asking me where I am from. Well, I am actually a British citizen now, although I was born in Britain, but I grew up in Malaysia. My father's Malaysian and my mother's Italian. My father's Malaysian of Sri Lankan origin, so technically I am not English at all. But I grew up in Malaysia. Now, Malaysia is an ex-British colony, so I grew up speaking English. So my mother tongue is English. My second language is Italian, but we grew up speaking English. And in fact, I've always said to my English clients here, people who were born and brought up in England and went to school in England, that often the people who studied English in the ex-British colonies, so imagine you've got Malaysia, you've got the Caribbean countries, you've got India, you've got Pakistan, often they have better spelling and better grammar because we were taught better. Okay, I'm going to get into serious trouble with a lot of English speakers in England, English people I mean. So there you have it. So I'm not English, but I'm British, and I am my first language is in English. Nice to meet you too. Your name is High English, so that's really interesting, but there you go. Okay, let's get cracking with this class. All right, now we have 25, well, I have 25 words I would like you to I'm going to test you on, and these are commonly misspelled words that were picked out from the Oxford Dictionary. So they did a scan and they saw what was commonly misspelled, and I'd like to share with you. Now I am going to give you the word, so imagine this is a spelling competition, and I'm going to give you the word, and I'd like you in the chat box to write down how you think it is spelled, how it is written, and I'm going to give you a few seconds and then I will tell you whether it's right or wrong. Okay, so shall we start? Are we all ready? Thumbs up, guys. Are we ready? So we have 25 words, so we have a lot to get through. Yeah, okay, give me a thumbs up to tell me you guys are all ready. Yep, cool. Superb. I'm loving this engagement here today. Okay, first word. Accommodate. Accommodate. Now we pronounce it accommodate. How do you spell accommodate? I'm going to write it down too, but I want to see what you write first. So accommodate. Great. Okay, I tell you what, I'm going to give 6 seconds to people to type in their answers. Wonderful. Right. Interesting. Now, how many of you, let me see. Great. Okay, so I'm looking at how many people have spelt it correctly. So here's how I spell accommodate. It is ACCMMODATE. So accommodate is spelled with 2 C's and 2 M's. I've just written it down, accommodate. Yeah, now that is very frequently misspelled because often people drop off that second M and instead it's 2 M's. So accommodate, 2 M's, 2 C's. Great stuff, guys. I saw it was sort of equal. People getting it right, people missing out that M. So that was that is a common mistake. Just the 2 M's always. Okay, next word is, and I'm going to give you 6 seconds to write it in the chat box, is achieve. So the word is achieve. Achieve. I hope you all heard me. I'm not seeing anyone typing in the chat box. I'm going to write it down and then I will press send when I see some of you writing. Achieve. I see Annalisa has written. Anyone else like to try? Achieve. everyone was very keen on the accommodate. Right, okay, we have 6 seconds up. Actually, it was longer than 6 seconds up. Yes, and don't forget, don't worry, people, because also, you know what, if you've got funny thumbs, I'm the same. If you're watching this on your phone or on your laptop and then suddenly our fingers slip, so we don't get it all. Right, okay, wonderful. So how do we spell achieve? A-C-H-I-E-V-E. So it's spelled I-E. So A-C-H-I-E. There's a saying we always say I before the E. Yeah, so I noticed some people missed out the E. Some people missed out the E after the V, but it is achieve. Yeah, great. Okay, but good job. Okay, the next one is apparently. Apparently. I'm writing this down too, and I want to see what everyone's going to write, because this is also commonly misspelled word even for proficient users of English. How would you spell apparently? Nice. I see Aung, I see Rosie writing, Christina, Rosella, Biljana, Azalea, Jose Luis, Annalisa. Okay, guys, 100%. Yeah, brilliant. Excellent. Well done, everyone. You are better than the proficient users, because often the mistake is to put an A instead of an E at the end. So they'll spell it A-P-P-A-R-A-N. Great job. You guys got it all spot on, as I would say in English. Okay, the next word is believe. Believe. Kanika and Federica, just double check your spelling, okay? Just have a look in the chat box what I've written. Believe. I'm going to write it down. Florina, Cristina, Gabriela, Azalea. Great. Okay, guys. Yeah, this is easy, huh? Yeah, but it's funny how many people will put E-I instead of I-E. Great. So it's the same spelling, similar spelling to achieve, with those two vowels, I-E instead of E-I. Perfect. Guys, you're on a roll today. You're on a roll. So that, oh. Sorry, pardon me. I don't know why. There we are. Sorry, missed. Too easy, Christina? Okay, yeah. Okay, so we're going to get more difficult then, Christina. You said it right. The next word, which comes from the French. So it is bureaucracy. Bureaucracy. Yes, well, I had that in my list. Oh, now you've just given it. But great, thank you for that. Yes, that was one of on my list. Bureaucracy. How do you spell bureaucracy? Now imagine you are working in business and you have to write bureaucracy. Just a tricky one, because this comes from the French word. So often we have a lot of words that come from the French that we use. So bureaucracy, Ellie, bureaucracy, Rosie, I can see people writing. Great. I'm going to give you 4 more seconds to see how many people write. Bureaucracy with an R, not an L, Kanika. Oh, sorry, Gabriela. Is it that the video is not working so well? All right. Okay, this is a tricky one. So this seems to cause a bit of problems. Everyone, I can see that. We'll pass that. Great. Okay, it looks like Rosie got it right. Wonderful. Bureaucracy is spelled B-U-R-E-A-U-C-R-A-C-Y. So it is a really tricky word because it comes from the French bureau. So bureau means office and then cracy. So it is a tricky one. So it causes a lot of problems for many people when they have to write it. But this one was the one of the words that a fellow teacher found often confusing. So when he's writing, he thinks, oh no, how do I spell that? Because of course it's a French word that we have adapted into the English language. Okay, but well done for trying, everyone. Okay, next word is business. I know you think, what? What's something? Oh, that's easy. Business? Come on. I know how to be. But you'll be amazed by how many times, and this was picked up by the thank you, Rosie. Rosie's saying that my French pronunciation is perfect. Yes, that's all it ends. It's just the pronunciation. Business, wonderful, good, great. It's amazing how people get it. They go into a mess when they write business. Yeah, easy peasy lemon squeezy, as I would say in English. Yes, business. Some people miss out the S at the end, and it just looks very business was the spelling. Yes, you are, Gabriella. You are. I can see you. You're writing in, and I can see you. Great, guys. That was super easy. Okay, the next word is again another word, I'm afraid, from the French language. We have taken a lot of words from the French language, and it is colleague. So, you know, I talked to you about how you want to be equal to your English-speaking colleagues. So how do you spell colleague? It causes a lot of confusion for a lot of people. So how are we going to spell colleague? Or how do you spell colleague? Christina, thank you. Murad, not calling, colleague. People you work with. Right, a lot of you are doing really well. Okay, some people are missing a couple of things, but here it is. Great job. So it is C-O-L-L-E-A-G-U-E. So it's C-O-L-L-E-A-G-U-E. Brilliant. I saw a lot of people get that correct. And you know, there are so many people who misspell that. English proficient, fluent speakers of English. They get very confused. They miss that A. What gets them confused is that A. So they write C-O-L-L-E-G and then often they remember the U-E. It's that middle A that confuses them. Wonderful stuff. You are on a roll. Okay, no, that's it, Gabriela. It's 2 L's. Colleague with 2 L's. But you got the EA, so great. Excellent. Right, the next one is committee. Committee. How would you spell committee? Emma, I can see your answers in the chat box. Okay, guys, good job, everyone. Excellent. So committee, how do we spell it? Okay, we spell it C-O-M-M-I-T-T-E. So we have double M's, double T, and double E. Yeah, there are a lot of doubles in committee. Here it is, committee. It should come up into the chat box what I've written. Committee. 2 M's, 2 T's, 2 E's. Wonderful, guys. So some people missed out the M, some missed out 1 E, a T. So that's the one that causes a bit of, it's like accommodation with that M, misses out. Okay, good. Okay, next word is definitely. You're thinking, that's easy, Shanti. I don't have a problem with that. I can write definitely. So how do you spell definitely? I'm looking forward to seeing your what's everyone writing? Definitely. Definitely. Okay, you're definitely getting this spelling, guys. Brilliant. Wonderful. Why did I ask is because often people would put an A, the last, instead of an E at the end, they put an A. Actually, no, not that one. After an N, they put an A. So they would spell it definitely instead of definitely. Brilliant. Well done, guys. Superb. So you are better than a lot of fluent speakers of English with that word. Okay, next one, which is really tricky actually, because sometimes I get a bit, The next word is embarrass. Embarrass. How do you spell that? Embarrass. Okay, so not an ED. I'm not asking for the past simple, just embarrass the word, the base form. Embarrass. Sheila is writing, Azalea writing, Christina. Fluency, accuracy, Pooja, nice. Rosie, Atos, Eman. Okay, Eman, you're writing like the French. There's a slight thing there. Great. Lin, Annalisa. Okay, it's embarrass. Good. Wonderful. Okay, so how do we spell it? E-M-B-A-R-R-A-S-S. Deepa, I was totally embarrassed in the midst of strangers. No, you're here with friends. We're a community of EWAT professionals. Embarrass, R-S-S. Well done, guys. Now, that second R is what people get confused about and often leave it out. It's 2 R's, 2 S's. Wonderful. Good job. Excellent. Okay, next word. I had it here, so I got it. Environment. Please don't reply because you got it right. Rosie, no, it's probably your fingers as you're writing. Because that's what really gets us too when we're busy typing fast. We don't notice the spelling mistakes. That's why double checking is so important. Environment. Environment, Biljana, Angelica, yes, Christina. Wonderful, let me write it down. Hopefully I won't make a mistake as I write it. Environment. Okay, spot on, people. You're all perfect in that one. Excellent. So I'm not going to, yeah, but it's funny, people will drop the N, they'll just say environment, or, you know, I don't know what they do, but it's weird. But it's one of the words in the Oxford Dictionary. Okay, next word, immediately. So, how are you going to spell immediately? Immediately. Checking. Biljana. Sheila. Christina. Rosie. Keiko. Okay, guys, no problem. I think the mistake that people make often is when they type very quickly and then they'll miss out the E, that T-E. That E after the T gets missed out. And then there's a bit of a confusion. So, but it looks like you all are correct. Galia, you probably wanted to put T rather than R for immediately. Perfect. The next word is independent. Independent. Okay, Deepa, I received a phone call. Immediately we will put it between the subject and the verb. I immediately received a phone call. Or I received the phone call immediately after arriving. Independent. Christina, 1, Zelia. Lovely, everyone has, again, you know, you are on a roll, people. Superb. Exactly. Why was this mentioned in the Oxford Dictionary? Because often people put an A after D. Instead of putting E and T, they put A and T. So that can cause confusion. But well done, you guys. As I say, you are proving to be better spellers than fluent speakers of English, proficient users of English. Well done, particularly the English, actually. But this is me, okay? Now, the next one is interrupt. I don't want to interrupt you, but... I like your sentence, Deepa. Nowadays, women are independent to take decisions on their own, or their own decisions. Yes, exactly. It was about time, wasn't it? Interrupt. Van, Atos, Christina, Azalea. Azalea, I do hope I'm pronouncing your name correctly. Interrupt, interrupt. Wonderful. Okay, this is all a bit too easy. I'm going to have to find you some really difficult words. But I was finding the ones that cause problems for native speakers. Excellent. Interrupt with 2 R's. Bravo. Because often people will spell it with just the 1 R. Instead, it's interrupt. 2 R's. Perfect, guys. Right. Next one could be a bit tricky. My kids often interrupt in the midst of our conversations with guests. Deepa, I know what you mean. Exactly. Kids often interrupt. Or you're often interrupted. Exactly. Now, next word. Irresistible. Irresistible. That one often gets many people confused. Irresistible. One, Christina. Irresistible. Rina. Oh, I don't know your name. I'm sorry. It's all in Chinese characters or Japanese characters, so I'm sorry. Celia, it is a long word with... it has a long I. Sorry, Izalia. Izalia? Is that it? Irresistible. Oh, Eman, you've put that with an accent. Great. Super. Okay. Let's see. Most of you got it right. Irresistible is irresistible. So it's irresistible. So it's an I, not resistible, although you hear it as stable. Azalea. Thank you, Azalea. Thank you so much for telling me how you pronounce your name. Irresistible. And thanks, Sarah. Now I know how your name is pronounced. I should really learn Japanese. Was that Japanese? I hope so. So irresistible. Although it sounds a table, we put I. The sound is a schwa sound. Irresistible. Great. Excellent, guys. So that A is often also confused by native speakers and proficient users of English. Right. The next word is not knowledge. So guys, how knowledge. Thank you, Sarah. That's really kind of you. You're doing very well here. Irresistible. I. Okay, Kanika, what does irresistible mean? Okay, we will ask your fellow companions. Knowledge. Lovely. Wonderful, guys. Spot on. Excellent. So knowledge is spelled with a D before the G. It's amazing how many people miss out on that D. So they write knowledge with no D. But you all know, knowledge makes a man perfect and a woman. Exactly. Well done, guys. Okay, the next one we are going to have is millennium. Okay, let's try that one. Millennium. How do you spell millennium? I'm going to write it down and then we're going to compare. Millennium. Juan, Christina, Sheila, Dave, Annalisa, Azalea, Vun. Good. Okay, guys. Excellent. Okay, so how do we spell it? We spell it M-I-L-L-E-N-N-I-U-M. So there's a double L and a double N. And it really causes a lot of confusion because either people miss out one N or they miss out one N. Instead, we have two of both. Two each. Two L's, two N's. So millennium is spelt. So well done to Van, Rosie, and a number of others. Sorry if I missed you on. Millennium is with two L's, two N's. Well done, you guys. Okay, this one can be sometimes tricky. Occasion. Occasion. Don't worry, Pranjal. Lovely to see you. I will have the show notes later because this lesson is being recorded, so it will be there for you to see. Occasion. Okay, I'm seeing Atos, I'm seeing EHC, I'm seeing Christina, Occasion, Sarah, Zalia, Rosie. You're all on a roll, guys. Yanel, Sandra. Good. Okay, there's some are getting it right, some aren't. So let's write this down. So it is O-C-C-A-S-I-O-N. Vun. Very good. So it is two C's, one S. It is a wonderful occasion to meet all friends. Yes, you know, it was a great occasion to get together. Lovely. Two C's, one S. So the mistakes some of you are making are those common mistakes people make, which is to add an S and only one C, or to have two of both. So it's two C's, one S. Well done. Next one is a tricky one too. Occurrence. Occurrence. From the verb occur, we have occurrence, the noun. So how do we spell that one? And I'm writing it down for you. Let's see what you're writing. Occurrence. Occurrence. Occurrence, you can say occurrence, not occurrence, Paula. Occurrence. One, Azalea, occurrence, Sarah, Christina, Vun, Butsimuts, I hope I pronounced your name correctly. Eman, occurrence. Okay, right. How do we spell it? We spell it O-C-C-U-R-R-E-N-C-E. So it's tricky because I often sometimes think, is that 2 R's or 1 R? But it is occurrence. OCCURRENCE. Here we go. Tricky because the verb is occur. To occur, OCCUR. But when we use it as a noun, it becomes with 2 R's. Occurrence. Occurrence. Good job, guys. But it does confuse people. Next word we have is the first word, and another word now coming from the French language, which is rapport. Rapport. We need to build a good rapport between people. Yeah, when we talk about engaging in small talk is a great way of building rapport between people. How do you spell it? It comes from the French word. So how do you spell it? Prendra, rapport. Christina, Rina, Azalia, Fluency Accuracy Podger. I like that name. Sumesh, rapport. Okay. Right. Okay, guys. Now, this is what I've written. Here we go. Does it rapport? Does it follow what you have written? So, it's not report. It's not report, which is R-E-P-O-R-T, but a rapport. So it comes from the French. So we don't pronounce the R-T like in French, is rapport. So it's not a report, which is R-E-P-O-R-T. So it's a very confusing word. R-A. R-A-P-P-O-R-T. So, and it's pronounced rapport. So we need to develop, we need to forge a good rapport. We often use that in business English, but it's not talking about writing a report. Great, excellent. Now the other word which was in the announcement for today's class is receive. How do you spell receive? Because it causes a lot of confusion. I asked a few people and I said to them, what is the word that confuses you the most is how to spell receive. Christina, HC, Paula, Sandra, Rosie, Juan, I think I'm pronouncing your name correctly, CJ, Tanya, received or receive, yes, Sumesh, great, guys. Okay, so here it is. So is it with an IE or is it an EI? So let's see whether it should come through. Receive, which is an EI. Remember we talked about believe and achieve, that's with an IE, but receive is an EI. I know, confusing, sounds the same. You achieve, you believe, but you receive, but the spelling is the other way. That's why it can cause some confusion. I noticed some of you put IE instead of EI. Similarly, when we write receipt, a receipt is spelled with an EI. Receipt. Note we don't pronounce the T, the P, just the T. So receipt. We don't say receipt. Receipt. Great stuff, guys, but good. So most of you got that correct. Great. All right. Now the next one is referred. How do you spell referred? Referred. Well done, Gabriela. Yes. Referred. Good job, everyone. See this one, Rosie, Azalea, CJ. Perfect. 2 R's, referred with 2 R's. R-E-F-E-R-R-E-D. So what's the other word that we use with this double R? Referred and referring. So when we write, yes, we talk about referring. I'm referring to your previous point. Yes, I have referred to. So with the 2 R's. How do you spell? Oh, you can't see the chat box. I'm sorry, Angelica. Try refreshing your browser. So how about reference? How do you spell reference? So referred, referring, all part of the verb to refer. But if I'm going to talk about the noun, how do I spell reference? Winston, great. Van, yeah, reference is only with 1 R. So refers with 1 R, but when we talk about referred or we talk about referring, we have to put in 2 R's. Great, so a letter of reference. Yeah, so that's it. Very good. Well done, guys. It's amazing how people get very confused. Okay, last one before we have to really wrap up this class. Separate. How do you spell separate? You're probably going to tell me, Shanti, this was far too easy. In fact, next time I'll have to give you a spelling bee test, which is much, much harder. Separate. Separate. Good. I'm looking at some couple of mistakes here and there, but otherwise not too bad. Actually, most of you are getting this right. Okay, separate. Yes. Okay, so how do we spell it? S-E-P-A-R-A-T-E. Don't be separated from us now. I won't separate. Yes, I won't separate. We use separate as an active voice in the active voice. If you're separated, it's someone else that's separating you. But don't separate. Separate, although we pronounce it with the schwa sound again, there's a sound we have in English, separate, it is actually spelled with an A. So separate, separate, but it's pronounced separate. So what happens is a number of people will put it and write it S-E-P-E-R-E-T. So they make that mistake. But how would you spell the noun separation? So separation then makes it a bit easier if you know how to spell separation. How would you spell separation? Yeah, great, guys. Yeah, so the noun makes it easier to remember the verb. Excellent. Okay, if I separation, P-A-R-A. Great. Brilliant, guys. I am so yeah, but actually I'm not even going to say I'm impressed, because I'm not surprised that you are so good at your spelling. Minor points, but considering that English is not your first language, you are on a par, you're equal to, actually better than many English speakers, certainly in Britain. I don't know, I can't speak about Australians, I can't speak about Americans, but certainly living here, and the terrible spelling I've come across here in England, in Britain, then yes, you do really well. And great, because it does make a difference when you're writing in business. And the thing is also now, as we use more text messaging, we use our smartphones, we use our tablets, we use our laptops, often words can you know, slip, little letters can slip, and so it's always important to just double check, particularly if who you're writing to you want to make an impression on. So, you know, you want to be sure that they've got, you know, the right, you've got the right spelling and everything is done. Paula, you did really well. It is, yeah, separation of church and state. Winston, yeah, Van Yusuf, I hope you did exceedingly well, because I noticed you didn't make a single mistake. So this was great. Pranjal, yes, this is a global village. EWAT community on Facebook is very much truly a global village. And I really thought you guys did extremely well. In fact, I'm wondering whether I made this a bit too easy. But you know, this was the Oxford Dictionary telling me what were the common mistakes, misspelled words. And there you go, you've got them all right. Just a couple of here and there, but yeah, you know, so always worth checking. Of course, the more you read and the more you write, the better your spelling will be. The question is just to look at that, to be aware. But, and you know, obviously people who've got dyslexia sometimes, that would cause a problem for them because getting their letters. So I'm not going to dismiss the situations where people are dyslexic. But that was fantastic. Well done, all of you. I'm really, really proud of how you guys all did. You are equal, or if not better, than the English speakers in Britain, the British. And anyway, so listen, well done. Thank you so much for joining me for lesson 25 of Wednesdays with EWAT. I hope you enjoyed it. If you have enjoyed this fantastic community online, then join it by signing up to my e-guide first and foremost, where you'll get this. You will get the e-guide. You will also, the e-guide is all about the 10 steps to become better and more effective communicators in business, English, and in your business skills. Azalia, congratulations to all. Yes, bravo, well done, guys. You know, you can all go, Van, you're off to bed. I can imagine. It is very late. So well done. And that late of night, and you still got all your words correctly spelled. Now, I will not be here next week. So lesson 26 will not be happening next week. I am actually going away on holiday. And okay, I'm embarrassed. I'm going to be away for 3 weeks. But don't panic. I will be back. Actually, not next week, which is the 17th of May, but I'll be back on the 24th of May when I'll be introducing you to a fellow teacher of mine, and we together are going to be discussing small talk, and we're going to be sharing and comparing the differences in doing business where she is from and doing business in Britain. And so I hope you very much can join me. Her name is Leandra. She's based in Barbados, which is where I'm going. I know, you're probably going to go super jealous. I am, you know, I'm thrilled. I'm really looking forward to it. Barbados is where my brother-in-law is from. So we're going, and we're going to spend time there, but also I'll be catching up. I will be doing some work, and I will be seeing all of you on the 24th of May, when we will be talking about small talk and how to do business in the Caribbean and how we do business in the UK and what you need to do to sound polite. So that's what Leandra and I will be talking about. But next week there won't be any class. And if you don't see an awful lot of activity on Facebook in the next few weeks, that's because I am busy working on changing my homepage, rebranding it, making it look much better, much snazzier, and also redirecting my message to clients like you, to professionals like you. And so I'm busy with that. I'm busy working on that. So if I'm not around for that much, I am still around with you in spirit. Anyway, so guys, thank you so much. I'm so glad you're interested, EHC. I will keep you posted. You will be getting bits here and there about what I'm doing, and then I'll be back and let you know about Wednesdays with EWAT lesson 26, which will be on the 24th of May. So that's still going to be 3 p.m. GMT +1, so British summertime. It will be 10 o'clock in the morning for me in Barbados. But hey, I'll probably be sipping a coconut water as I'm having this lesson, so that's going to be tough. Anyway, thank you, Winston. Thank you so much. I'm really looking forward to it. Look forward to seeing you all of you May 24th. Have a great 2 weeks, and I'll see you then. Thank you so much for watching Wednesdays with EWAT. See you soon, guys. stay on the page, join the community, and get those weekly lessons that I promise. Take care. Ciao, everyone. Ciao.